Hello, and welcome to Innovaticals. I am Professor Nikki Eshtiaqi from RMIT University in Melbourne, Australia. Before we dive into today's topic, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon so you never miss an episode. At Innovatical, we are a community of university professor, researcher, and student supporting each other by sharing experiences, real life stories, and offering advice to help you thrive in your study, research, and professional journeys. In past episodes, we have covered powerful topics like strategic thinking and emotional intelligence, tools that help us better understand ourselves and people around us. These insights are important not just in our professional life, but in our everyday interaction as well. Today, we are focusing on a key concept for both personal and professional growth: emotional self awareness. You may remember that we have already discussed the different aspects of emotional intelligence in previous episode. I will provide a link to that episode in the description and here on the screen. If you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend checking it out. As we covered in those episodes, emotional self-awareness is a crucial part of emotional intelligence. It involves recognizing and understanding our emotion, knowing what we are feeling, why we are feeling it, and how it influences our thought and action. Emotional self-awareness helps us manage our feeling, make a better decision, and improve our relationship. Understanding this can make a real difference in how we navigate challenges. In today's episode, I will share a story about Sarah, a young researcher, to make this concept easier to understand. Her experience illustrates how emotion can affect our work and relationship and how recognizing these emotions can lead to better outcome. Let's listen to Sarah's story. One morning, Sarah's day didn't start well. She woke up late, feeling rushed and stressed. On her way to work, she accidentally scratched her car against a pole. It wasn't major damage, but it made her frustrated. Then in her rush to get to work, she got caught by a red light camera, meaning she might get a traffic fine. By the time Sarah arrived at her workplace, she was already upset and distressed. When Sarah entered the research lab, she realized she had forgotten her lunch. As she moved to her seat, her supervisor, Professor Kim, greeted her with a warm smile. "Good morning, Sarah. How are you today?" Sarah tried to smile. Kim continued, "Did you get a chance to look at the research proposal? It's due this afternoon." Sarah, still upset, responded quickly, "I haven't started yet. I have too much work to do before I can even think about that proposal." Professor Kim, surprised by Sarah's reaction, gently asked, "Is everything okay, Sarah? Is there anything I can help with?" Sarah sighed and replied, "I'm just frustrated with the old deadlines. Maybe I'm not cut out for this work. Maybe I'm not the right person for this career." She tried to avoid further conversation by moving toward her seat. Professor Kim paused. She had known Sarah for a long time and believed in her abilities. She could tell something deeper was bothering Sarah. She gently asked, "I know you are capable of great things, but it seems like there is something else going on. Would you like to talk about it?" At this moment, Sarah assumed Kim was just trying to push her to finish the proposal and didn't understand how busy she was. But Professor Kim could see that Sarah wasn't just upset about the proposal. Her frustration was stemming from a deeper emotion, which Sarah hadn't recognized it yet. This is where emotional self-awareness comes in. When we do not recognize our emotion, it is easy to take them out on others, even they do not deserve it. Sarah hadn't yet realized what was truly bothering her. If she had taken a moment to reflect on her feeling, She might have understood that it wasn't just a small accident from the morning or possible fine. It was the pressure of the old deadlines and overwhelming feeling that everything needed to be perfect. She had been so focused on a perfection that she hadn't checked in with herself emotionally. Later that day, Sarah reluctantly opened her laptop and clicked on the proposal file that Professor Kim had sent her. The file was filled with the Kim's comment and suggestion for improvement. As Sarah read through the feedback, she felt more overwhelmed. The more she looked at it, the more pressure she felt to make the proposal perfect. She didn't want to submit anything less than flawless. Sarah struggled with this feeling of the needing perfection. She kept thinking that if she didn't get it just right, it won't be good enough. This belief was holding her back from even starting the work. Her mind was clouded with the idea that anything less than perfect wasn't acceptable. And the fear of the imperfection kept her from making progress. If Sarah had taken a step back and reflected on her belief, she might have realized that the pressure to make everything perfect was unrealistic. By challenging these irrational beliefs and replacing them with a more realistic one based on her time constraint and capability, she could have approached the task with a healthier mindset. This process of identifying and challenging unhelpful beliefs to create more balanced reaction is a part of ABCDE model, which we discussed in a previous episode. If you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend you check it out. By replacing her negative, pessimistic belief with more realistic and positive one, Sarah decided to communicate openly with Professor Kim. She realized that the direct and clear communication would not only help her receive useful feedback, but also others understand her situation and set more realistic expectations. After talking with Professor Kim, Sarah decided to take a different approach to her work on the proposal. She prioritized the comments, some crucial, some important, and some less so. By focusing on the most crucial ones and addressing them, she noticed that her mental pressure started to lift. By the end of the day, she had made good progress on the proposal. It wasn't perfect, but she was proud of her work, and more importantly, she felt more in control of her emotion. Later that afternoon, Sarah approached Professor Kim's office with the completed proposal. She handed it over feeling both relieved and a little anxious. Professor Kim looked over the document and was impressed by the work Sarah had put in it. Kim smiled and said, "This is fantastic, Sarah. I can see the effort and thought you have put into. Well done." Sarah felt a wave of relief and pride wash over her. She realized that even though her day had started with stress and frustration, she had managed her emotion and still produced great work. This is the power of emotional self-awareness. When we understand what we are feeling and why, we can manage our reaction, work more effectively, and build a stronger connection with others. We can also create healthier and more effective relationships with our colleagues and teammates. Now, I want you to think about how emotional self-awareness can impact your own life. By being aware of how you are feeling, you can make better choices, build a stronger relationship, and handle stress more effectively. Here are some reflection questions based on today's story. Have you ever found yourself in a situation similar to Sarah's, where you felt overwhelmed by work or deadlines? How did you feel in that moment? And how did those feelings influence your action or how you treated others? Looking back, do you think you could have handled the situation differently if you have taken a moment to check in with your emotion? How do you typically respond when you feel stressed or frustrated? Do you recognize your emotion? Or do you sometimes act on impulse? Can you think of a time when being more emotionally self-aware helped improve your relationship or quality of your work? What strategy can you put in place to better recognize and understand your emotions in a challenging situation? In conclusion, I hope today's discussion has been helpful. We don't live in a perfect world, and none of us are perfect. Everyone, regardless of their achievement, has their own strength and weakness. It is important that we understand ourselves and others and maintain a realistic perspective in every situation. This way, we can make a rational and constructive decision, build a stronger relationship, and support each other's success. Not just in our professional lives, but in our daily lives as well. I would love to hear from you. Share your story with us. Have you ever had a moment where emotional self-awareness made a difference in how you approach a challenge or relationship? Drop your thought in the comments below. And also, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to Innovative Calls and hit the bell icon so you don't miss future episodes. We are here to help you succeed, and we want to hear your voice in this community. Like this video if you found it helpful, and share it with someone who might benefit from these ideas. Remember, we are all in this journey together. Let's support one another. Thank you for watching today's episode. I hope you feel inspired to work on your emotional self-awareness. We will see you in the next episode with more valuable insight. Until then, take care and keep growing.